started!
For this video we are going to... Little person, would you mind doing the intro? Little person, you're just bragging about your babysitter. Let me just start the video. Welcome back to the saltiest MHA centered channel in the whole wide world. We got everything packed up here. We got rants, we got cringy jokes, we got lousy text to speech. And salt. A whole metric ton of salt. In fact, we are so salty we can make our own salt out of thin air. Pack them up, and sell them as salt blocks, approved delicious and healthy by 9 out of 10 cows, and the final one is a notorious liar. So if your favorite rant channel didn't upload a video this week and you need your weekly salt, then we got something for you. For this video we are gonna be talking about the biggest problem with MHA's final battle. And just like what the thumbnail said, it's gonna be all about the villains being too weak and the heroes being too strong. Now for people who are new here, and are already thinking about how can Handaman be weak if he can do this, we'll get to that later on. Normally, shonen anime villains either start out strong by default, or just get stronger over time. It's the natural course of action for any storyteller, or else there wouldn't be any challenge for the protagonist at all if they can just stomp the villain anytime they wanted. Meanwhile, MHA went the exact opposite direction, which is strange for a superhero story. Their system goes like this. The stronger you are as a villain, the less you do. The weaker you are, the longer you stay. The big demon lord deadline is literally missing for 90% of the show just because of this stupid rule. So let's analyze the major players on the villain side in this final battle. First we have the PLF remnants. They were originally part of the MLA, and the MLA can't even win against 6 people. Said 6 people can't even rob a convenience store and would rather starve.
That's it! I'm finished! We've been here for 3 days and haven't gotten a nibble! This is hopeless!
Yeah.
It's really telling that the entire PLF side of the war arc is a nutter stomp, because they simply just suck. If they can't do a thing to heroes before, not to mention no new gear or anything, then what the hell can they do now?
This book doesn't have any answers!
Frost Prime over here, despite getting this silly advertisement, simply got pushed by a reincarnated number 6 without even using his quirk. And don't get me started on Death Note. He's the weakest and most garbage MLA elite. He can't manage his satellites properly, he refuses to use his quirk, he's a massive backstabber, and he's a vastly inferior version of Deadpool. He's so incredibly weak and useless, and that's why he stayed.
I got you, brother.
Oh no you don't!
The PLF remnants suck, and they're 95% of the villain army.
I think we all know where this is going, so
Let's go to the League of Losers, especially fellow Reptile and Libra. These two being weak is pretty much self-explanatory. Fellow Reptile's upgrade simply turned him into a generic super strength guy, so he can get pummeled by super strength heroes in style. And then there's Sunbird. I already discussed this in these other videos. He's weak and easily countered. He's just heavily plot armored.
Nanomachines, son. They harden in response to physical trauma.
The first part of the video already rolled in. Now the intro's ruined.
Clever, comrade. Can I do an intro?
The first part's ruined anyways. I don't see why not.
Hello, viewers. I'm all for one, the sexiest man on planet Earth. Also, I'm the creator of One for All. Today, we are going to be talking about my boy Tomura and why he sucks. Why the f did I even pick him in the first place? I should have picked someone better.
Well, Sunbird burned down all possible Demon Lord replacements. Why don't you go have a talk with him?
No. That man is very soon. He will kick my ass.
Point taken.
Alright, let's start.
And now we go to Handyman, Deadline, the Bird Brains, and Big Boy, because everyone else sucks. Let's go over Handyman for a bit. Holding the title of the most pathetic, worthless, weak, dumbass, brainless loser villain in anime, Handyman is a massive f***ing joke. As a viewer, why should I even be scared of this guy if he's done nothing but mess with other villains, repeatedly gets wrecked by heroes, and always left with nothing? He's not just a clown, he's the entire f***ing circus. Falcon and the heroes already accomplished a lot of hero stuff. On the other side, this f***ing pathetic loser thinks seasons 1 to 5 is just a long tutorial because he did absolutely f***ing jack shit.
Doing absolutely nothing longer than anyone else?
Tomura Shigaraki.
Man, if being a f***ing pathetic loser is a competition, we already have ourselves the f***ing grand champion. The worst part here is when you notice the similarities between the MLA, Death by Decay, and Wonder Woman. They're all just made to be beaten by him. Handyman is so f***ing weak, pathetic, and useless he can't do a f***ing thing to literally anyone unless the plot gave them away to him. All he actually did as a villain is mildly annoy the heroes and destroy the city during the war arc. Take note, UA has tons of training grounds with fully functional stuff, and those are always getting casually destroyed. The heroes can rebuild the city in days if they wanted to. For short, he never won against the heroes once, and the story is expecting me to believe he's the most deadliest villain in history. Then we get to the bird brains. There's 6 of them left, and since they came from the same batch as these easily killed high-end bird brains, we can't really expect much from them. They're probably just glass cannons. Next we go to Deadline. He has air cannon, he has forcible quirk activation, his ultimate combination is a simple generic super punch that can't even beat a weakened Superman. And that's basically all he has. A severely weakened compensator can do this to Big Boy. And since Deadline is way lighter than this, a full health compensator super punch can basically send him to the moon. Where he'll meet up with Handyman, who got blasted there recently by God, and then Deadline will tell him it's always been about heroes.
Always has been.
And then there's Big Boy. He ran from a forest to a city. Next time we see him, he's running from a forest and into a city. Now he's in a city. Can you guess where he'll go?
And what will he do next?
Main problem with Big Boy is that everyone already knew how to counter him. Even better, the heroes already have superior American quirk scanning technology. So countering Big Boy is even easier if ever he escaped. But wait. There's more. Villains are not only weak, they are not even prepared in the slightest. Deadline refused to give more additional quirks. Death Note is not seen making clones. Libra did not activate Sadman beforehand. Battle tactics completely thrown out of the window. The heroes have literally all the advantage. We are literally at the finale and it's extremely awkward that there's not a single actually threatening villain on the main enemy team. As you can see, the final fight is f***ing easy. That's why the heroes have to think of ways to spice things up, because everything they do would result in a win. Notice how Bunny Gallon beam cannoner with the Handyman kill squad. Even though United States black guy has quirk scanners detail about Handyman, and everyone should know he's mostly immune to relatively weak physical damage. Notice how Telly is mostly going solo with Libra, with Frogget just casually hanging around. That's because Libra is so weak she'll instantly lose against anyone that's not Telly. Notice how Kiddo won't redirect flames towards Sunbitch yet. And here we have Daffy Duck, and here we have Compensator. The heroes also acknowledged Death Note's existence. If he somehow easily hacked something, then it meant the heroes deliberately didn't upgrade their cybersecurity to challenge themselves more. And maybe use it as an excuse to deploy all of Class B. So yeah, the villains are not only weak and deliberately setting themselves up for failure. Their track record is abysmal. Every time an encounter between heroes and villains happen, villains always get utterly obliterated. If villains keep losing and doing nothing about it, then where the f is the challenge? At least the heroes are good at pretending like they are an actual threat. Okay, now little person. Could you move away please? Miss Mindlayer, could you remove the little person?
Alright.
Okay. This video I talked about the things I always talk about. Which is about MHA villains sucking. Why the f am I even doing an intro at the end of the video? Let's end this now.